everyone. My name is Dr. Cari Jacobson, and I am coming to you from Chicago to share a little bit about what I believe to be a huge recipe for joy and for more fulfillment in your life. And so the base of my work is applied kinesiology, and I look at the body from what we refer to as the triad of health. So structural, biochemical, and emotional, and how everything in your body connects. And in general, when I see people in my practice, I talk about the 5 basics: water, food, rest, exercise, and owning your power. So water is 70 to 90% of your body. And if you're not drinking good quality water and with frequency, then there's just no way that you can function optimally. So at the very least, if you're like, I don't know what to do, I get headachy, I have allergies, I don't have enough energy, I'm fatigued, there's actually even a book called Your Body's Many Cries for Water. You're not sick, you're just thirsty. And it's literally listing 30 to 60 different things about symptoms for why people might feel lousy. And really all they need to do is drink water. So with food in general, we're talking about eating whole food. Eat the things that can fuel your system and make you feel amazing. And so if you're eating processed foods, if you're eating, gluten and wheat and corn and cow's milk and things that inflame your system or create like an antibody response, which ultimately equates to inflammation, then you're not really gonna feel great. So if you put crap in your body, you feel like crap. When we rest, we restore, we regenerate. When we exercise, our body is stronger. We feel more balanced. We feel more, we start to feel better. We get our endorphins kicking in, right? And we feel really great. And then everything around us feels more balanced and a little bit stronger. So the last of the 5 basics is owning your power. And that is living passionately, living your truth, speaking your truth. But so many of us sort of shy away from what we really feel. And if we don't have a passion and we don't have a reason to get out of bed, then why do we really care about putting good quality water into our body? And why do we care about the things that we eat and all of those things? So for me, it's just as important to know what your passion is and to be able to really delve into what fills you as much as it is to drink good quality water and with frequency. So water, food, rest, exercise, and owning your power, all with quality, quantity, and frequency. But what I've found, and in reflecting on just this past year, is that love and our ability to connect with people and to really understand and feel fulfilled from that connection and from that love is of the utmost importance. And, a lot of people have talked about how the whole pandemic and not having that connection was actually more destructive than the pandemic itself because of that lack of connection, because human beings desire and long for that deep, profound connection. And one of the things that I am very passionate about, and it came to me today while working with a patient who came in just so angry, and the anger was seething under her skin. It was like her blood was boiling. And she was sharing really about, underneath all that was a disconnection to husband, a disconnection to daughter, a history of abandonment and rejection. And so then it becomes our attractor field, and it becomes all these things that we keep attracting into our life when that's not at all what we want. All I could hear her say is, I want more love. And so how do we do that? And first and foremost, I would say it's really about how we connect to ourselves. How do we choose to love ourselves? Which is why I wanted to start with the 5 basics, because those are just a simple way for you to be able to just show up for yourself, do for you, fill you first, put your breathing mask on before you put anyone else's on, and so that you can be totally present for you. But if you don't really know how you like to love, then it's really hard to tell others how to show up for you, to love you. And if you haven't read The 5 Languages of Love by Gary Chapman, I highly recommend it. It will change your relationships with everybody. It will change your love relationships, as well as your relationships with your family, your children, whoever, your friends. And the biggest thing is about really understanding what your love language is. So what are the love languages? So he talks about physical touch, quality time, acts of service, receiving gifts, and words of affirmation. And that within those languages, there's different dialects of those languages. And if, let's say, your quality time, it could be that where you find the most fulfillment, it's doing different activities, like going on a picnic or going to a theme park or whatever it may be. It's just the activities. Where someone else who has quality time might be quality conversation. They just really want to share in a conversation, a heart-connected conversation. Some people like to get really heady in their conversation. So those are some different dialects within the quality time sort of umbrella, if you will. And so if your love language is quality time, and let's just say your partner feels that he or she is showing up for you in amazing ways, and they took out the garbage, and they did the dishes, and they made the bed, and they even did some laundry. Boy, did they show you love today. When really all you wanted was 5 minutes on the couch to just connect and talk about the day, you're left feeling really, really empty and disconnected. And yet they think that they're loving you so deeply, which they are in their own language perhaps. But we tend to show up to love people the way that we want to be loved. And if that's the case, then and the person doesn't speak that language, then it often will leave them feeling pretty empty. And so what do? Really, it's for you to discover how you like to be loved. And it's really about communication. So showing up to that person and saying, I realize you do all these other things for me, and I love that so much, but what I want from you is this. Or someone who's a receiving gifts love language. It's not about material things. It's about the thought that goes behind the gift. So let's just say it's Valentine's Day and you show up and you kind of forgot because it doesn't really matter to you maybe. And you show up with a crappy CVS rose that like has the price tag on it still and like a little box of chocolates. That's like yucky chocolate. And that's what you give to your partner. And to them, if their love language is receiving gifts, they would almost rather have not gotten that gift than to get one that's so thoughtless, because that actually, instead of filling their love tank, makes them feel more empty. And as opposed to if you just took 5 minutes, maybe 15, and made a really beautiful card that had a lot of sentiment and shared more from your heart, that gift would have been so filling and so well received. And so when you're aware of how you like to be loved, you can better communicate how someone can show you love and convey what it is that you need. And you can also better discern how other people like to be loved and really show up for them. So a lot of times when you're feeling really empty in a relationship, a friendship, it's really for you or one of you to decide who's going to rise above it, who's going to show up and be there for that particular person to make them feel awesome the way that they feel. I have a friend who's going through such a rough time. She is so full in her life with work and her family and some of the troubles that they're experiencing. And I have to be honest, I'm pretty bummed because I haven't had a lot of her time. And if I check myself and I check my ego, I go, okay, she's got a lot going on. This isn't really about you. And so if it were me, I would want to know that in a rough time when I don't really have the time to reach out and to be an awesome friend, that my awesome friend would show up for me in whatever way they could to love me. So I put together a little care package and sent her so she knows I'm there. And it wasn't just any gift. It was a yummy blankie, because I know that that would just feel very nurturing to her, and like just a candle that was like, you can do, you got this, girl, you know, like that kind of thing. So I feel like those little things can go a really long way for someone when your ego can be set aside and you can rise above it and hook in, connect in, and make deeper connection. When we have deeper connection, life is better. There are so many books that have been written about, I think one of the books is called Call of the Wild or something like that, where the guy goes out into the woods and he wants nothing but to be alone. He's a loner. He's an introvert. His parents annoy him, whatever it may be. And he ends up going out to Alaska. I think that's the name of the book. I'm not 100%, so don't quote me on it. But he goes out to the middle of Alaska and he has all these incredible experiences and he learns about plants and he keeps a journal. And ultimately what they find, because he ends up not being able to discern between a specific mushroom or plant, and he ends up poisoning himself. And he was so close to saving himself and doesn't. And they find his journal, and he basically realized that the experience out there wasn't really worth a whole lot because there wasn't anyone there to actually share it with, and that it was the sharing that created more of the joy. So I really want to invite you today to connect more deeply with yourself, with your needs, with what it is that makes you feel joyful, what fills your heart, to maybe reach out to 1 or 3 of the people that you love in your life and share with them why they're special to you. Share with them how they might be able to show up to love you better, or what you might be able to do together to have a blast together. Connection is part of our vibrancy and part of our vitality. And the same as when it is us owning our power and really knowing our passion. To me, it's the same as drinking good quality water. All of those things are so significant to our health and well-being, to allowing us to feel whole and complete, to keeping us ticking, to keeping us moving, to keeping us visioning, to keeping us dreaming, to keeping us expanding and getting excited about whatever the next thing is. And without curiosity, we have no momentum. So I invite you to get curious about how you can explore relationships, whether you're able to see someone in person or not. I invite you to explore and get curious about how you can bring yourself to the next level. What can you add into your life? There are a lot of times when we focus in on all the things that we don't want or that we can't do. And really the invitation is, what can you do? What can you bring into your life to make things better? What can you bring into your life to expand your mind to a whole different realm of thinking? Starting with watching some of these videos maybe is the answer. Find people, find practitioners, find coaches, find consultants, find a holistic healthcare provider like myself who can look at you and show you the potential of who you are, maybe before you even know it, and help to guide you to your next level. Maybe all you need to do is brain dump everything that's running through your head, all the crazy dreaming you just had, all the things that your sister just said to you that annoyed you, all the things that this other person did, that way that person cut you off when you were driving. It's amazing where our mind goes and how we cling to all the different things that just don't really serve us. When you get all that out of your mind every single morning or night, whatever works for you, unfiltered writing, 2 to 3 full pages, and then see if that opens up a stage for you to be a little bit more creative in your day, to have a little bit more space for curiosity and momentum in your life. I can guarantee it will. Get consistent with it. And the other thing that I like to tell people to do when you do that unfiltered writing is, you don't want anybody to look at it. And also, it's not for you to even go back to look at, because if you go back to look at any of that stuff, it doesn't really serve a purpose. It's for you to brain vomit it out. Get it out of there. Get it out of your mind so that you have space to do and create. And so shred it, burn it. Shred it and then burn it. I don't know, drown it in water, like whatever you decide to do to get rid of it, just get rid of it, because you will likely say hurtful things about the person that you love the most. And it's not because you really mean it. It's just because our brains go nuts and they go all over the place and they confuse us. So clear the brain fog, clear the chaos, clear the hamster wheel of thought. Get it all down on paper, and then move through your day. See if your days just feel a little bit lighter. See if they feel and offer an opportunity for more creativity, for more things to create, for more opportunity to notice the signs and signals that are happening all around us all the time that we don't always take the time to notice because our mind is circulating or because we're on our phones and we're doing 12 things at once. So get present, get in present time consciousness, choose to drink good quality water and with frequency, choose to eat amazing whole food, choose to go to bed maybe an hour earlier or to start your rest sooner than you normally do. Maybe with a hot bath, maybe with a nice book. Get off technology. Don't put technology next to your bed while you sleep. You get the EMFs, the electromagnetic frequencies while you sleep. That's not going to serve good quality sleep. Make sure you're honoring good quality sleep. Make sure that you're exercising and that you're moving your body and that you're really creating a space where you can feel awesome with who you are in your body and find the passion that is within you. If you're not sure, it doesn't mean that the passion's not there. It just means you haven't yet discovered it, or you haven't discovered all of it, or maybe there's something new for you to birth. So there's all these moon cycles, the new moon, the full moon. There's all these opportunities for creation. But when we're too busy in our head and we can't get it out, then it really blocks us from experiencing deep connection. And when we're able to have that deep connection with people and we're able to have and foster relationships, life's worth living. So I bless you all. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, I'm Dr. Cari Jacobson. I'm at beoptimal.com, or you can find me at Dr. Cari J, drcarij.com. And check out my services, check out what I can offer, what my team can offer. We're here to serve, and we're here to really bring out the best you that is, and perhaps to see it before you're even able to, and that's okay. But these are amazing tools that you can integrate into your life today, and you can know for sure that life will be different just by drinking good quality water, just by doing a little bit of brain dumping, and perhaps discovering a little bit more about how you like to be loved and sharing it with the person that you love and help them to love you even more. Life will be better. Blessings, everyone. Take care.